today we are going, I think the title is a little different than I originally had. I originally had the importance of video online, but it's your guide to video real estate marketing. So videos, and what I mean by videos is not just your listing videos. I mean, that's kind of an obvious one, especially nowadays with the COVID and, you know, you may not do a walkthrough video, but you might do a 3D video, you might do an aerial shot, you may do a video with the camera depending on what type of property it is. Just depends on your knowledge, your availability, how well the home shows. I mean, you don't want to do an aerial video if you've got the property's nice, but maybe around it maybe isn't nice. So, you know, there's just certain things you want to use a little bit of common sense with, but it is a given for listings. But there's a lot more that we can do with videos. And right now in the internet world, we really need to make sure we're up to the times with what's going on out there. And we've been awesome. I think Debbie's been one of on the forefront of making things happen while COVID was restraining a lot of people from making things happen. So we got very creative. I think we pulled together pretty greatly. Ellen Caruso is another great person who helped me with 3D walkthroughs. She has her own equipment, and because of COVID, what was happening, she was offering a discount and going around and helping us take pictures and create these videos for these homes that we didn't have because we didn't really need to up until COVID. So a lot of great teamwork. But that also brought to our attention, you know, and I'm sure all you guys know this, all the different things we're going to have to start stepping up. And I think it's going to be from here on out. Even if COVID goes away and we're back to normal, I still think keeping that higher level standard, getting used to it, I think getting out of your comfort zone and just trying those things. Once you do it a couple times, you're going to see. I actually used a few examples that I made, and I'm still raw at some of this as well. I am a little bit more of a seasoned agent, so maybe some of my deals fall in my lap because of the referral basis. So I've been a little lazy on that part, and COVID kind of made me and gave me more time to step up and try new things and not be afraid. And then I just, you know, I'm searching the listings. I'm searching everyone else's. I stalk everyone's Facebook. I see something cool, I'm on it, and I dig in there deeper, and I can kind of see what I don't like, what I do like, what I'm going to take. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just fine tuning what we have to offer. And with the videos, you're going to see all the different categories that I have, and what you're going to do is you're going to see how I do my stuff, and you're going to tailor it to you. The main thing here is you don't want to change who you are. If you've got a Facebook, if you've got an Instagram, and you've got a few things, and you go back and you look, maybe go back a year or two, and if there's some stuff on there that maybe you should delete, that would be good, or just start over and do a whole new one. But at the end of the day, you still want to have your personality. That's the cool thing about these videos is you really get a feel of who you're dealing with, especially if you get a new client over the phone. A lot of times what I recommend is, you know, you're sending that email because you want to have all your information to them, but this is a great opportunity to attach like a video biography of yourself. And what I like about it is, gosh, maybe 5 years ago, videos were starting to be really cool, and you did a video and you put it on, but it was very scripted, and I have a hard time with that. I'm really bad about that. A lot of people are not, and they do it great, and they're smooth, and it gets to the point, but I have such a hard time with that. And I think it might have to do with a lot of my clientele. I don't think they buy it. So for me, I have to be raw. I have to look raw. I have to have some sense of humor. I have to do that for me. But your clientele, you're gonna channel your inner Mary or your inner Emmy to your clients. And maybe there's two of you. Maybe some clients you're gonna be, you know, Mrs. Corriea, and some clients you're gonna be Mandy Boss. So and that's fun about it, is you can make a couple different videos for those different things. So let me just jump right in. Got a little slideshow here, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. There we go. Share. Here we got our presentation. Okay, so first thing I have here, obviously, is our little my guide to real estate marketing. couple things. Here's a couple of video ideas. Obviously, videos for your listings. That's kind of just an obvious one that you would have in the forefront. But there's a lot of other ways to do video. There's video testimonials from past clients. There's video bios of yourself, videos of events, life, community, work, and then the virtual open house tours. You can take this to a whole nother level too, but I'm trying to get it real simple and basic. Videos of your listings, that's going to be, you know, of your listing, whether it's going to be a 3D walkthrough, maybe you video nice and steady, depending on what the property is. Maybe it's very professional video, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's more fun video. Maybe there's, you know, ponds and gardens and all these different things out there that you want to chat about and talk about and video it. Video bios and testimonials are awesome too, because what we're finding that, you know, the testimonials are nice because you're going to have those on your Zillow, you're going to have those on your website, you're going to have those all over on the formats that you've been collecting those testimonials. But the videos are engaging. It's an engagement. It's a video. And so what happens is it's building your SEO, your search engine optimizer. A testimonial may not, if it's written and you just have it on a, you know, a page in your website or a page on Zillow. If they can just preview it, they're not really connecting and engaging with it. Where a video, it's going somewhere, whether it's to your YouTube or it's straight from your Facebook or a link. That link is out in the internet world. So every time somebody opens that, it's engaging, and that builds your SEO. So that's why that's important. It's kind of hard sometimes to get your clients to do a video testimonial. I have one that one of my clients just did. It's fairly long, so I'll probably just show a little bit of it. She kind of scripted it. I think she was nervous too. But what's nice about another way to do those video testimonials is, and I wanted to do this, I haven't had a sale where I can meet the client at the same time. And what's a great idea is when you go to see your client and give them, you know, the thank you gift or the keys, or you give them that sign to hold and you take that picture, whip out the phone and do a quick live stream video, a quick video just on your phone or Instagram stream, and just, hey, this is my client. We just sold this house. We're super excited. Here's your keys, hand them to her. So you can make it really fun like that too. It doesn't have to be scripted. It doesn't have to be planned. When I started doing this video put together, I wasn't prepared and I didn't have any properties to do that with. So I had her personally do one, and she's got her whole cool blog, so I thought it would be more like that, but she took it a little bit more extreme, and she sat down and did it professionally, put makeup on and really scripted it. So I'll just show you what she did. But then same with the video bio. I did one for myself, took me like 20 to 30 tries, and at the end, this was my best one, and I think I said, I stopped counting. So, you know, that's the fun part, is that you can play with it, you can make it. It can be frustrating because you want to keep redoing it and all the things you learn in school, what not to do. And of course, like I said, I have a million ums. And in the background, very quietly, you can hear my daughter kicking the soccer ball for PE. So, you know, it can be fun. I think for me, it's more candid if I did like a quick stream video of me doing something and waving and then save that. I think that's more Mandy, because every time I try to sit down and I had the light on and I was really focused, it was fun, but I just can't get it right. So those are a couple things there. And then of course, video of events, life, community. And what I meant by that is during the pandemic in the beginning, you know, we were all shelter in place. And one of the things that we all really did band together with was supporting our local restaurants and our local stores. And a few people took it to another level. Nadia, especially, she was going out, and every time she went to a new place to eat that was a local, you know, establishment, she had her mask on. She could tell she's with her family. She's putting up the camera. She's, you know, giving a shout out to the company, and she put together quite a few of them, and it was really cool to watch. For me, it was neat because we're not doing anything else. I mean, I was busy, but I wasn't, because I was still sheltering in place. I'm still sitting on my couch, my laptop on my phone. I'm going through them like crazy. So all I did was surf. And we had more people online with social media than we've ever had. And now they're active and they're going to stay there. So this is like very important that we are in their face. And so that was really cool to see Nadia do it. Robbie also did quite a few different things like that as well. He was actually, once we became essential and he could go into some homes, he was videoing them. He was, doing the shout outs to the different houses and explaining what they have to offer. And it allowed people to shop without literally, getting out of their house and going and dealing with this pandemic. And it's scary. It was very scary. I feel like it's getting a little less scary, but it's still something we have to be very aware of, and we have to be sensitive to that. So I think the more you put in on your blogs, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever it may be, YouTube, website, I think you need to have that there at all times. Even if we get back to normal, I think this should be a norm, keeping it available, because we still don't know who's not going back to normal. You know what I mean? So, and then we're seeing a lot of movement, a lot of people leaving the state, a lot of people coming, a lot of people rotating around the state. So you never know who's going to be reaching out looking for a Windsor or Santa Rosa agent out of, LA or something. And then, of course, open houses, virtual tours. Ellen Caruso did some great ones like that. And now we're starting to see more people step up with their 3D cameras. I actually picked one up. Mine's actually not a 3D camera, it's a 3D tour, and it's got the fisheye and everything connected to my phone with the tripod, and it's pretty cool. And my phone is the Android S8, so it turned out pretty good. And so I think if you even got a better phone, any of the iPhones, it does a really good job for the 3D walkthrough. Super easy to do. The first one was a little interesting. You really upload your pictures and you just match them up to where the hot spots are, like, front door to the bedroom to the bathroom. So super easy. And something I think that really will benefit you if you aren't doing a drone shot of the property and you aren't doing a cool video. Sometimes homes are, I don't want to say any home's different than or better or less than the other, but you do. A home that's a simple track home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath Condiati home in Windsor, you kind of know that style after a while, and everybody who's been in that type of house kind of knows that layout. But then you get into these, houses like behind me, some interesting condos where they have lofts and different things. Sometimes a picture you can't tell how everything's connecting. So I think that's important to look into as well. So let's go to the next one. Okay, here's a couple myths about video real estate marketing. You don't have enough time to make the videos for marketing. Yes, you do. All of you, I've looked at all your Facebooks. You've all done a post somewhere eating lunch. You've all done a quick video of something in the office. Well, that's exactly what that is. That is just you picking up the phone. We always have it in our hand anyway. Why can't you just quick video? Hey, going into Windsor office today. Got my hand sanitizer, ready to work. And you can do fun stuff like that. That's a video. Doesn't have to be a professional one with all the cameras scripted, looking into the camera. It could be the fun stuff that we're already doing. It's just a matter of how you present it, tagging, hashtags, all that good stuff. Those will build the SEO and engagement. People like the stories. They don't always want to go down the post, but if your stories are always on top. So if they go to their Instagram or their Facebook and they see, Mary's name with the circle around it, well, there's a story. They'll probably hit it for a second, see what's up. I do recommend, this is my opinion on this, of me surfing the web, I like to keep them short. So unless you're doing like a video walkthrough of a house, that's going to be long. And it's obvious, hey, I'm going into, 7819 Sparrow Court. I'm going to walk through this 1,600 square foot house. Well, you'll know that that's going to be a longer tour, so you're prepared for it. And you'll see a bunch of tiny, tiny dots because it's a long story. But you don't want to have a quick story about you going to the office and then you're here for 10 minutes just walking around videoing, not a lot going on. People will lose interest quickly. And I recommend you just go back on those Instagrams and Facebook stories and read them yourself and see where you lose interest and stop clicking. Another thing is you don't have to spend $1,000 on fancy video equipment. Robbie just shouted out a couple things that he's got. I have that tripod for the 3D video that I think it cost me 99 bucks. And then I have the ring, the cool ring, makeup ring to make you look beautiful on your laptop in when you have bad lighting. And I think that cost me 30 bucks. And it's got a cute little case and a little tripod, and I go up and down and move around, and a bendy thing for your phone. So that one's meant for like a phone selfie. Another thing, what else could we, there's quite a few things you can do with the video. I mean, most of it is all by your phone. And I think people relate a little bit more when you are doing those, depending on what you're doing. If you're talking about a class, and Robbie's my great example for this. He's done a bunch of videos on his Facebook, and I'm going to show you a couple where they're all segmented, and it's so awesome. So if somebody's interested, maybe looking in houses, and they've kind of talked to Robbie, and they go start to do their research on him, and they go to his Facebook. He has a whole section of videos from, you know, what's MI, how to buy, getting pre-approved. It's all these little tiny segments, and that's, to me, that should be a little bit more scripted, and it is. He's looking at the camera, it's good lighting, it's professional, he's to the point of what he's doing, and that one, I agree, should be a little bit more scripted. And then when you get into Nadia's, where she's doing all these cool videos of all the local establishments, that's fun. That's a selfie like this. Sometimes it looks like maybe someone else's video in her, I can't tell, but that's where you want to figure out how you're going to be using your cameras. Let's see the next thing. I need to have headlines-worthy topics. No, you don't. I think you need to, first of all, be you. So whatever is important to you, I think you should display, expose, because that's how you get your sphere of influence. I mean, most of your sphere of influences have the same hobbies, the same activities. That's why you have a sphere. There's something that's related you to them. That's why they're your sphere. So you do want to keep that. So if you're, you know, into the car shows and you do that in the summer once a month, and you get a lot of leads from there, definitely do some cool videos of the car shows. I like to wear my swag, W jacket, W t-shirt, W water bottle, and actually this is just stickers. I stick everything. So I like to have that around me when I'm doing those cool videos, even if the video is not about W. So that's what I do with that. And then with the headline, different headlines, you know, Robbie's got this whole segment where he's, you know, got what's MI, what's the first time home buyer. So those are topics that aren't reinventing the wheel. He's just explaining them in his verbiage to his type of client. Maybe your client might understand it a different way. Maybe your client is more vacationers or short-term buyer like Airbnbs, and then you're going to cater your segment to, you know, areas around here that you can get licensing for Airbnbs, areas that you can't right now, they're restricted, and then they only come up once a year. So there's different segments you can do for that, for your people, your crew. Then eventually, if you want to keep this cool segment going on your website and create those, you can do the same thing. I mean, you're not, like I said, you're not reinventing the wheel. You're just having a new take on it. And everyone's experience is going to be different on what they want to add or take away from that. I've never been on camera before. Don't I have to be suave? And I can't read this. What is it? Oh, articulate. No, I mean, you want to try to not be inappropriate and swear. I think you can do the ums, as long as it's your social media video, a selfie type video. But when you're doing your segments like Robbie's, that should be a little bit more scripted. There I go again. See, I'm terrible at this. Because I don't like to script. I'm trying to like just go by the seat of my pants here, and there go the ums. And then people don't care what I have to say. That's not true. What you need to do is you're going to realize your segments or your posts, you'll notice how much engagement's happening. You'll see that, you know, 10 people viewed it on this one, and this one was about restaurants. And then this one was about first-time home buyers and getting pre-qualified, and 100 people viewed it. Well, you're kind of figuring out, okay, here's my demographic, you know, and I wouldn't say stop doing what you did on the videos for the restaurants. What I would say is do a few of those types, do a few of this type, and then see where you're getting your most engagement. I find that most engagement comes from the selfies, the walkthroughs. With Robbie's, I keep using Robbie, but he has his segment videos, but then he also has his short videos, his quick, you know, live Facebook or live Instagram, and he gets a lot of involvement on that too. I join in those, and I wave, and I do the shout out because you're supposed to do the shout out. Oh, here.
Can I say?
Yeah, hit it up. There you
go. So
wait, there you go. Wait, I'm unmuting you.
Am I good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so one big thing too is that, like you were saying, like sometimes you get a lot of interest in one type of video, sometimes you get a lot of interest in other types of videos. One thing that you really can't focus on, which is really frustrating, is the likes and comments of individual videos, because so many of mine, like when I first started, I just felt people weren't paying attention. And then I got a bunch of messages on the side saying, hey, I love your video series. I love this. And it's like, why didn't you like it? Why didn't you comment on it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't go based off of that. Just keep doing what you think you should be doing.
Correct. And I'm going to play off of that too. Another thing is, remember, we're looking for engagements. We're looking for interaction. That's building your SEO. So if you are live and you see someone come on, immediately shout out to them. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Mary. I see you there. You know, something. And then because you call their name, then a lot of times they'll like or say something or they'll wave or whatever. That's an interaction. So an interaction, even if it's a negative, thumbs down or something bad, it's an interaction. Somebody's engaging with you. So like you said, don't take it personal, because we're not here about that, but we are definitely, you're going to see what works and doesn't. And part of that is just engaging. Let's see, let's go to the next one here. Oh, here's my video bio. Let's see if I can, who's on? Maybe it's Mary, I'm you. Okay, so I'm gonna do it quickly because I don't want to keep going into all my ums, but this is just a generic, cute, basic video, not scripted, not super professional. It's in my kitchen with my, I do have my ring light though. Okay, I'm stopping there. So you kind of get the idea. I kind of just talked about how I got in the business really quickly. I actually have like 5 videos. I've kind of changed some up, took some stuff out, stuff in. But what I did is I threw in my education without saying, hi, I'm designated in this, this, and this, because they're going to see that on my website. I just wanted to throw it out there like, hey, I started 20 years ago. I started here, then I went to this, and now I'm in this. I threw in my short sales, I threw in the foreclosures, and that, if you're a newer agent, maybe you won't have all that, but there's other things you can play on about the community. Growing up, I grew up in Royal Park, and then I, moved to Sonoma County, and then I went to school at Sonoma State, and then I went, let's say I went to Mendo for continuing education. Then you shows that you've been a lot of places. So you keep it short and sweet. Mine's a minute, 22 seconds. I actually think mine's too long. And I'm still playing with it on, do I cut it up and shorten it and trim it in YouTube, or do I just restart it? So that's the fun part about it. And the cool thing about videos is, even if you're not a big fan of it and you post it out there on your YouTube or on your social media, you can constantly change that. You can constantly update it. You can delete it. Yeah, maybe someone's seen it, it's already out there, but it's already getting that interaction. So I mean, now that I know how to do this and I've kind of like got my light and I feel good about it, I'm going to keep redoing mine. I have a few ideas of how I want to do one. I kind of want like a professional one, a little bit more professional. And then I think I might do a couple little segments, kind of like how Robbie's done it too, on other things that I'm knowledgeable. And I'm gathering that and I'm putting it just on my YouTube. All of you guys should have access to YouTube. It's part of your G Suite through W Real Estate. I recommend setting that up, getting it on there. Not only can you do your videos of your listings through Moxie, the Improv, there's still videos, there's still picture videos, and you have to like edit them a little bit. But in YouTube, you can go in and do your taglines. You can go in and change the music, put a new thumbnail. Like my picture on my testimonial was like, my face looks all distorted. In YouTube, I can do a cool thumbnail right there. So I have a nice picture like this, or my professional picture. So that's what's nice about the YouTube, and I really recommend doing that. There's lots of cool videos too. Nadia is another good example. I went to her. So she's done all the restaurant places for the local community, but she also has a cool It's like a 60-second escrow process. And it's the coolest thing because she's narrating it, but you don't see her. And it's like this cool pencils, you know, like a little pencil figure, I guess a pencil figure person. And it's like the process, escrow, and then you make an offer and you might not get accepted. And if you do, here's your contingencies. And it's like literally 60 seconds. It's the coolest little thing. So I'm sure she's, you know, surfed the web, found lots of stuff like that. And some of it's going to take time of figuring out, watching those yourself and figure out what you like and what you don't. It's not really a cut and dry, like I'm not going to say, okay, here's a bunch of videos, use these. You're going to have to go in and find out what you like. You know, maybe your clientele is the clientele that wants a good long 2-3 minute video about something. And maybe you've got the other people who just want 30 seconds, quick. So that's going to be where you have to do a little bit more of your own research. And you also need to go online and just Google. I was watching a video from the leading RE, and I do recommend you guys go in there and start using those videos and watching them. Some of them are super short, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They talk about Pinterest, they talk about YouTube, they talk about Twitter. It's great. But what it did say is, I think it's a 50% of everybody does their search on Google and the other 50 on YouTube. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And when I started thinking about it, it is, even though, like even when I'm looking for something, first thing I do is I go Google something. And then if I'm looking to fix something, the first thing I do is I YouTube it. Because that's how and people want to see videos. It's, you know, they're busy. I think shelter in place has been great and dealing with school for me, because I'm dealing with the kids at school and I'm working from home and trying to also take care of a home. So a lot of these videos, I pop them up, they're loud, and I'm doing my dishes. So I'm multitasking with it. So I'm thinking, well, if I'm doing this, how many other people are doing this? Probably tons. So I think that's why the videos have gained so much activity, and probably shelter in place has done a lot of that. Okay, I have another one, a video testimonial from a client. Again, I'm gonna cut it short because it's really long, but it gives you an idea of my client, just a basic, oh, here we go. A little scripted.
We can't hear it, Mandy.
Oh, you can't? I wonder
Or
how.
at least I can't. I don't know about others.
Can anyone hear it? I wonder why. Everything's on. Interesting. Well, she's just talking about me. You know, she's keeping it, you know, really casual. For her, it's not. She did her makeup and did her hair, but this is her living room, and she's just talking about how we've done a few processes together. I think I did 2 sales and a purchase with her. I did all the work, even through shelter in place. It just really, you know, praised me, and it was cool. I wanted to be a little shorter, but the idea is there, and now that I have that there, I'm going to ask more clients to do that. And I think with my clients, I think I'm going to try, when I go give the keys and do the sale sign that I always have them take a picture with, at that moment I'm going to flip the phone, do a live stream, or maybe a video if I want to like doctor it up a little bit, but right there, hey guys, congratulations. And then of course, before I do the video, I'll probably tell them, hey, do a quick shout out to me. Thank you, Mandy. We couldn't have done it without you. You know, you're the best. Throw that in. But when you do that quick video, it's short, it's sweet, it's fun, it's in the moment. Their emotions are going. The kids might be there. I mean, that's exciting. And people want to see that. Some people want to see the misery, but they also want to see the really good, positive stuff. And especially they can relate to the people. Like I said, I think in my last class for social media, one of the things that I noticed is that when you post things of your children or anything of your client, like actually them, not that, hey, we sold this and there's a key. When they're holding that sign and they're holding their baby and their husband and they're in front of this house, I get so many engagements off that because that person is real. Maybe most of those people know that person, or they knew that person, or they've looked that person on Facebook and they have a connection, but that's a real engagement. So they feel connected to that person because that's not just a commercial person on TV. Same with your children. Whoa, wow, look at Robbie. He's got 2 kids, got a wife. Wow. You connect to him more than just the single bachelor guy. No, he's actually married. He's a family guy. So that's cool stuff because you don't know what your client is assuming. Most have done their research and have stalked you before they found you. They say that most have been on I think they say they checked you out like 12 times on websites, Google, you name it, before they call you. And then 80% of them use the first person they talk to. So just this year, it's my second one this year, that I got a lead because somebody needed somebody in the area. They Googled and did their research, and I do not pay for leads, but I was in that group. I don't know if I was number 1, if I was number 5, but the end result was your online presence was awesome. We love what you do with the houses that you do have, and you look like a really good, trustworthy family woman, because they probably stalked my Facebook with my family. So, you know, it is what it is, and there's nothing to be ashamed about that. So exploit the kids. Here's Ellen Crusoe's website. She does the 3D virtual open houses, which is kind of cool. She was doing a lot of them for us during that pandemic in the beginning when a lot of us couldn't go out and show. And she put together a really cool virtual open house where you could go to all these different homes just online. I think that's super important, and you can do the same thing with your own deals, or, you know, match up with her and kind of go. Robbie kind of takes it to a different level. He actually goes to the house, does it with, you know, proper protocol, but he has done the video walkthroughs, and it's really cool. And here's his site. If you just go to Robbie Dearth Realtor and you go to his videos, he actually has a video page and it's full of them. And then Nadia, same thing. She's got her video page, and it's a few different options of videos. So definitely go check them out. And then anybody else, you know, just like I said, stock pages. There's nothing wrong with it. It's social media. They're not blocked. You can look at them and see how they do it, and what you don't like and what you do like. So definitely make sure you're looking at the things that you don't like. Is it too long? Is it too is the lighting bad? Is the content boring? You know, you know, use what you like, because most likely your friends and family and contacts are going to be doing the same thing. All right, here, I think I have some comments. Let me see if I can get to the comments. Bear with me, guys, on this one. Boop, boop, boop. I know I have comments. I saw them. I can chat forever. Okay. If you have a business profile, okay, I'll read it out. If you have a business profile on Facebook and IG, you can insight on how long people watch them. I'm not sure. Yes, that's true. And I'm going to get to that too. But yes, when you start to go and do your videos, if you have any business profile with Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, doesn't even have to be business. YouTube is just on its own. You can actually follow you can actually look at the insights and see how it's progressing, how many interactions, is it organic, internal, you know, things like that. So you can actually see how your video is doing, or your post, or whatever you may be posting on those business pages. Personal Facebook, no. And then YouTube, yes, you don't have to have a business page for YouTube. They're pretty good about that too. You can't hear it. I can't hear it. Someone's music. Okay, so yeah. Cool. I don't know why I could get the video to here, but it's nothing important. It was just them talking. Let me go back, make sure I stay on. Okay, screen share real quick. Okay, so on the social media, actually, let's move this over here. Okay, make you smaller. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so social media. So you got Facebook, and you got Facebook has stories. So that's where you're gonna put your little story. It goes away in 24 hours. What I do recommend when you're doing your stories is you can do a story where you just do a video real quick and post it. Or you can do your story and you can actually do hashtags. You can actually do @W, @Campafina, if that's the restaurant you happen to be at. You can do your hashtags. Oh, there's Robbie. He's doing a story. Everyone wave. Then you could do your hashtags on those stories as well. Hashtag community, hashtag, Mandy sells real estate, however it may be. On Instagram, you can do the same thing. On Instagram, if you guys actually go into if you want to do some, how do you want to say it, GIF or GIFs, if you want to use those animated features, you could put in W real estate and hit enter, and if you'll see some like happy faces, and if you go down a little bit further, you'll have all the W stuff. Most of you have already been seeing you using it, but there are the W, just listed, sold by me, new project, the key, everything you need. So definitely use those if you've got a story that maybe you don't want to do a lot of shouting out to W, but you could do your little sign down there. Snapchat has stories. I don't know, not everyone uses it, but it also, you can do the stories, you can download, you can do the features, you can filter. That's always really fun. TikTok's interesting. Unless you got on it sooner, you may not be able to download it right now, but I hear it's getting easy again. I'm not sure, but TikTok's also nice too, because I just watched a video with Leading RE that also said the same thing. Use it till it's gone. People are on it. The young demographics are on there. You're going to post on there. You're going to share. Same thing. Every time you post something, you share, somebody likes, and you share back, that's an engagement. It's an engagement. And that's what you want. That's what builds that SEO. Same with Twitter. A lot of people are like, I don't know Twitter. Well, Twitter was used back in the day as our instant texting online. So everyone could instantly text quickly. Well, now it's been moved up to 280 characters, and now you can do videos. You can post those things. I do recommend it. I recommend following a few realtors in each state. Try to pick one, just one, and when you follow them and they follow you back, that's an engagement. And if every now and then I'll post something and I get a like from somebody in North Carolina, and you never know what that's going to do. But it's building your SEO, and that's what we're all about. This is all online, is where we're kind of going. Even if we go back to normal, we got to be online, because this is where our generation's going. And because of the shelter in place, even more people are online that never were on. Now we're on, and now are comfortable being on, and are probably going to stay on. So this is, there's a lot of people that got out of their box for the shelter in place, and now that they have, it's opening a whole new demographic for you, and not having to always deal with that paper mail, snail mail. So Twitter, you can post, you can do links. LinkedIn, it's really posting videos as well. They also have a few hashtags. YouTube obviously is going to be where you do your videos. They recommend 5 to 10. It's called tagging, which is kind of like a hashtag, but they have their tag verbiage as well. And then of course your website. I'm hoping you guys are all using your Moxie websites. I recommend you guys go on there, play with it. When you log in for the first time, there's the first, I think, 7 things you do those to make sure you're up to date, but you can start adding pages. A lot of people are looking for education. So if you've got any designations, I know a lot of you, I've been watching the leaderboard on the Leading RE, and a lot of you have been doing those classes. So as you guys slowly get those classes done and you do get certifications, I think the relocation is the main one, but when you get those, put them on, make a designation page, or add it to your bio in your website. Try to add it to all the other sites as well that you can do, because people are looking you up online first. They're looking for engagements. When they Google you, or Google looking for Sonoma County homes, or Sonoma homes, or Windsor homes, Google's going to pull through. Obviously, certain leads might hit first that pay for those leads, but they're pulling all that information in. So every time you guys post anything, whether it's a video, always use your hashtags for that area that you're representing. Always use your website that you're representing. Always use where you're out of. Like, I always tag myself. My location is always Mandy Corriea Realtor, and it's the W Windsor's office in the W office in Windsor. It's their address. So I'm always posting that as my location. Maybe you're Santa Rosa, maybe you're Sonoma. Do that though, because you want to have these connections out to the internet world that slowly builds you up. And if you have Windsor in there a lot, you're probably going to be boosted with Windsor searches. If you're Santa Rosa, same thing. Overall, always do Sonoma County, and overall, always do wine country. We'll probably all be in there, but at least we can dominate. Okay, so let me go. Another thing, So this is my email link. And in my email link, I have all this stuff. This is, everyone has this little guy. And then everyone, most of you should have like these logos for luxury. Now we have the leading RE as a logo. They have many different ones in there. They have one for teams that says we're local, we're global. I did mine as I'm local, I'm global. They have it with the white background and so forth. So I recommend using those. Also, these hyperlinks. So my hyperlinks are two different things. One's experience the W difference. That's the W video of, welcome to W, really professional video. I've thrown that on there. I also have my reviews. I've actually just changed this and I put my website as a hyperlink now. But again, hyperlinks are really important if you can put them on your email, because that is another engagement of video or website engagement. So when you go to these hyperlinks, you're going somewhere, and that's what you want the people to do. You want to go somewhere because that's an engagement. They're walking in that door, that's an engagement. So that's what you want. Building your SEO. Again, building your SEO is anything liked, shared, a comment. All those are engagements. Even if it's a negative comment, it's an engagement. You got someone to talk. And then 9 times out of 10, you get somebody to talk and then you have somebody else comment to that comment. So it's kind of nice. You get a lot of engagement. When you are live streaming, one of the things you want to do when you're doing the live videos with Facebook or Instagram, I use Instagram more. I think it's a little easier to do because I can, when I'm done, it just shuts off a little bit easier. But one of the things you want to do is, it doesn't need to be scripted, but you do want to have an idea of what you're going to be talking about. You want to make sure, you look okay in the video and you're getting the whole point of why you're there. But you want to shout out. If you know you're going to do a live video, let's say you're going to do a live video of a house you're going to preview. What they recommend you doing is talk about it. Talk about it before it happens. So let's say you're going to do the live video Monday at 10 a.m. Over the weekend, maybe Friday, do a shout out about it, a post. Hey, stay tuned. I'm going to see this beautiful house on, 1221 Rebley Avenue on Monday at 10. Stay tuned for my live stream. Then on Monday morning, post it again. Hey, make sure you join me 10 a.m. I'm going to be walking this really awesome property on Rebley. Then at 10, when it happens, you go live, you do your walkthrough, however it may be, wear your cool little parrot shirt that Robbie wears. Those are all cool things that stands out, for yourself. For me, I'm usually in a hat. So people know me. I have W hats, but I'm always in my hat. And, I'm always on the go. But you're going to do your stream. And hopefully by you kind of preparing and kind of putting that message out there a couple days before, you will actually get viewers tuning in right then and there that know it's happening. Hopefully you'll have a handful of those. And when they do, you'll see that their name's there. And then that's when you do your shout out. Hey, I'm here at Rebley. Oh, hey, Mary's there. Hey, Mary. Give me a shout out. And they will. They'll either post something or they'll like you, do a like. That's an engagement. And then as other people join who maybe just happened to be on Facebook and saw that you were live, went in halfway, try to pay attention to that. On your phone, you'll see the hearts and the thumb ups go up and the claps. And that means they're there and they'll say, oh, Mandy's joined, and a couple hearts going on. So that's a good engagement, because when you shout them out, then you tell them to shout back at you, and they usually have to do it in a text, right? So engagement. Same with Instagram and then YouTube videos. Again, utilize Improv when you have a listing. Improv will create a video based off all your pictures. So it's a still picture video, but then you can go in, add some music. When it uploads to YouTube, you can actually go in there and edit it and do a few more things. Like I said, you could change the thumbnail. Maybe you don't like that picture to be the first picture. You want something else to be the first picture, but you want the video to flow a certain way. So you can make those changes. You can add some funky music. You can share it. You can have a link. And another thing I would recommend doing too, and I think this is really important to help build your SEO with videos and even just posts, is try to share a lot from your website, because that's ultimately where you want them to be guided, is your website. Somewhere that's yours. You don't want them guided to the MLS. You don't want them guided to, kcmatters.com and all those places. You want to kind of get it to you, to your site, wherever it may be, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever's yours, that's where you want to direct them. So make sure when you're doing your posts that you're putting those in there. Let's see, let me go to, I think this is the last thing here, and then we can start chatting. So the leading RE, we just joined, as you all know. I've seen a few of you on there. I've seen Emmy, I've seen Robbie doing some classes. I think they're pretty cool. I mean, some of the classes for the certifications are informational, and I kind of already know them, but I was really, really, really impressed with all the little tiny videos for free. They're called prepaid, for all the different social media platforms and why they're important, and little tricks and tips. And they do it in 2 to 4 minutes, and it's so great. So I do recommend you guys going on there and doing those. There's so many of them. They've got really cool, they talk about the videos about social media and using the video, but they also have some really cool content and ideas. And one of the things they say is to go in there and just remember in English class when you take a circle and you have a topic and then you branch off with all these different ideas. That's what you're going to do. You're going to talk about, you're going to go back into old emails, old conversations with clients, and find out what's the biggest question that you get that you're always answering. Maybe do a video about that real quick. You know, what's the comments you're seeing a lot of? I always see comments about, oh gosh, beautiful house, but I can't afford living here in Sonoma County. I see that a lot. So I try to reach out to that a lot, those people a lot, and say, hey, we have some really cool communities that have USDA that qualify for the 100% financing. It's government loan. It's great. No hidden secrets about it. It's a 30-year fixed. Only certain areas apply, but that's a great way to get in for $1,000. And if you got the listing, maybe you can help them get the credit, closing cost credit. So there's all these cool things that you can do. So I always say, go back to all your questions, go to your text messages, your emails, and just kind of find out what is the number 1, number 2, number 3 questions people are always asking you. Because maybe you can do a quick video about it. And literally sometimes those videos are 20 seconds. Just real quick. Hey, first thing you do when you're ready for a house is get pre-approved. I got tons of lenders. You know, boom, super easy. Okay, I think that's the end. I'm gonna stop the share here. Stop with my little view. Let's see what we got. I got some chats. What's our chat say? All right, we can't hear you. Okay, how that's further back. Okay, there's some background now. I thought I saw something from Gary. Oh no, just background noise. Okay, so anybody have any questions of what you're having, where you feel you might be nervous, need help with? YouTube, again, is super easy because it can be just as simple as making a little video on your phone, sharing it to your drive, then you go to your YouTube account. Up top, there's a little camera with a plus sign. You hit it, and it says upload video. And then it takes a while. It does take a while to upload this, depending how long it is. And then from there, you can do different things. You can change the little front picture, because as you noticed on my picture for my video of my bio, my face is all kind of distorted. I probably wouldn't want that as my main picture. And if you go to my YouTube, I actually changed it to my business card picture, because that was kind of, you know, some of those pictures, they have mouths open or they got a weird eye. You don't want that to be your first picture. But it's super easy. Those are called thumbnails. Just in case anyone didn't know, that's a thumbnail, and that's just a quick little picture to start it off. And you can do a few of those. And then it'll also walk you through a couple more things like the music and stuff. Canva's, yes. Nadia. Yes, Canva is great for YouTube channel art. Canva, I think I may have talked about that before. It's another cool little, I guess, creator app. You can actually do quick Instagram posts, create them from scratch, you know, create your background, throw in your logo, throw in your picture, throw in a house, throw in some text, and now you've created this cute little Instagram post. You can do that with videos as well. Another app that's really cool is Mojo app. I have it on my phone. I think it's only a phone app, but it's called Mojo app. That's where you get that automated. I don't know if any of you are on my different websites, but my Instagram, you'll see like my stories, and it'll be like coming soon. It'll be the house that pops up and another house pops up and a cool design. It fades in, it fades out. That's Mojo app. Super easy. They already have templates. All you're doing is literally hitting the plus sign to replace the picture to put your own picture in. And then you can change text and you can change color and you can add music. Super easy. I don't have a lot of time. I get a little nervous on that stuff too. So for me, those two apps are super easy. The Canva one, I actually kind of already have templates. I kind of created what I like the best. And when I'm ready to go plug something in, I literally just change the picture and change the text. I don't really reinvent that because I like that style, kind of like W. You know W stuff. It's black, it's white, it's clean. We all have our own little thing, and so don't change that. I think if you use a lot of rose gold with your W signs or a lot of teal with your W, keep it because that's your branding, and you kind of want them to know like, oh, that's a W. Oh, but that's that's Nadia's W. Let me check out her stuff. So that's kind of what you want to do. It makes it fun, and you're gonna see everyone else's stuff as well, and you're gonna change it up as necessary. Let me think. What else do I want to talk about with the videos? Let's see. I feel like with social media, you just have to be on it, you guys. I know, and you really should be posting something daily, but it could be something like, oh my gosh, look at my beautiful garden. Look at this beautiful quilt I just finished, Mary. Like those are things you can post. That's called your sphere of influence. So go to your clientele. Most of your clientele are going to be family and friends or somebody with the same hobby that you've met. So use that. Do not use it. You know what I mean? So those are cool shout outs. Even if it's just like, got a great workout today and there's my W, sticker on my water bottle. So silly, but do it. And you don't have to do it all the time because that may not be you. Like I said, for me, when I go into those stories, if I see 100 dots, unless I know it's an actual walkthrough of a home, I ignore it. I'm like, oh, that's too much story. It's too much story. I don't have time for that story. It's too long of a story. And that was the whole point of why Facebook is the storyteller and Instagram is supposed to be the picture teller, but people have now kind of made Instagram too much of picturing. So that's another thing about the Instagram post. I think I talked about this my last time, but when you are making a post on Instagram, a cool little picture, a cool little map, or a cool, diagram of something, or a chart, keep it simple on your verbiage. The chart itself can have a bunch going on because it's a picture, but when you do your post, make it short. A lot of times I'll either say, congratulations to my clients, ! And then I do a hashtag. If you look at Instagram, you'll notice you only can see usually one line before you have to do the arrow down to see what else they said. Some people don't want to go to that arrow down and see your whole story. So I try to do is my first 2 lines are my most important hashtags or my most important comment I'm trying to get across. Then I do all those 20 extras because you need those. But it's those first 2. So for me, if I don't say congratulations to my client, or maybe I'm just doing a cool little graph about rent versus buy, I don't even say anything. I just put hashtag Mandy Corriea Real Estate, hashtag boss, hashtag first time home buyer, boom, boom, boom. So the first 3 they see is kind of important. Then it might catch their interest and look at more, but if they don't, at least they saw those 3. And that's kind of what you're trying to get at, because for some of us older people, we went to Instagram to get away from the stories. So we don't want to see all that stuff. We want to see a picture and maybe a quick caption. And I think people are losing that. And so I always recommend just keep it really simple there. And same with Facebook. Facebook, you only really need they've changed it. You only need 2 to 5 hashtags for Facebook. Very simple. Social Instagram needs more. And then YouTube, it's 5 to 10. They call it cards, but it's like a hashtag, but it's a word. So again, everything I'm telling you too, if you forget and you can rewatch the video, but if you really do forget, just go to Google. I'm posting a video on YouTube. How? Boom, there's a video for you for the video. Or it'll tell you how many hashtags should I put on this video. We recommend 5 to 10 for real estate. Everything you need is online. So use it so you can get used to what your people are looking at, because that's where you want to be. You want to be when they're looking up, gosh, where's the first step to buying a house? Boom, there's Robbie's videos, all of them. That's what you want. And that happens over time. It's not instant gratification, it's a buildup, but keeping it consistent. Every day put something on, work-related, education-related, family-related, whatever it may be. Right now we have a lot of content. We have smoke, we have a pandemic. Unfortunately, in these times, it gives us an opportunity. We have lots burning. We have people being evacuated. Some have lost their home. These are all opportunities, but also don't forget that this is a time to be compassionate because it might be affecting you as well. So, but those are things to talk about. And every day do that. And then every day, again, try to build that different content, find content. And as you're finding it, just pack it away. You know, a couple times a week, you want to have something educational about the economy. A couple times a week, you want to have something funny. Facebook actually has a site called The Lighter Side of Real Estate. Follow that one. It's pretty funny. I haven't seen a lot on there lately, but if you go back all the way back to some old posts, they have some really funny stuff. Some of it's more real estate related, but some is really funny. You could post with your clients and your friends, and they'll probably get a kick out of it. What else? Oh, another thing too, as you run out of content for your stories, you already have posts. So when you go to your Instagram and you already have posts in there, maybe it's a post from that Laura's created. Hey, we're in this together. Our hearts are with everybody in the Northern California fires. All those little posts that she provides us in our Dropbox, those you probably have posted. You can add that to your story. If you go to your Instagram post, right next to it, there's a little arrow. You hit it, that pushes it and it says, where do you want this to go? And you can add it to your story. So I recirculate a lot of my posts, especially to the stories, because stories are 24 hours. So remember that. Posts are forever. I mean, unless you delete them, but they're there. So you don't want to keep reposting the same post. But stories aren't. So you can recycle those and then add the GIFs or the @ or the hashtags to that. Change the background a little bit. Add some animation, add some music, but add it to your story and just recirculate some of that stuff. Because someone may not have looked and then does look. So let's see. I think I have a comment. Let's see what it is. Oh, Robbie, you need to be teaching this video class. Is it Fiverr? Okay, Fiverr has cheap video editing services. Put hashtags in the description, not in the hashtags in the description is not in the comments. It'll rate better.
Two separate comments.
Yes.
Fiverr, and then for Instagram, Facebook, whatever, keep your hashtags all with the content together.
Correct. So that's a great one. I should have that on my notes. When you are doing your hashtags, make sure it's in the description, because that's what's getting sent to that world out there of hashtags. And like I said last class, if you watched it and you were in my class, you can follow hashtags in Instagram. Used to be you just followed somebody's page. Now you can follow hashtags. So I recommend doing that. It's also a good competitive thing for me. I like to follow certain people and see what they're doing, and then I try to one-up them, because that's what we're all about in this business. So it kind of keeps me on my game. I've been in the business a really long time, and so long that we didn't have Facebook. So yep, that's so it's been a little bit of challenge for me to go through these steps. And every time I see, and that's why I really love that we have this younger generation, because honestly, Mojo app, Canva, all came from the 21-year-olds in our company. So use them, some things that are super hard for you guys, super easy for them. Like they can do it with sleeping. So, and then your experience will help them too. So it's a great team bonding right here. Okay. Let's see. Hi, okay. Yes. So there is. So there is a limit on hashtags, ideally. They are saying Instagram, though, you're supposed to do a lot. And what I do, this is tough because sometimes you're posting some of the same stuff. So you always don't want to keep depending on what you have, but if you have the same listing, it's the exact same listing, nothing's changed, price is the same, you may not want to keep hashtagging that to the same place, because then it's eventually, I don't know. I keep hearing both sides, but the latest videos that I've just watched keep saying do them. Certain sites don't require as many. Like Facebook really wants like 3 to 5. Instagram wants a lot. Twitter doesn't really want many because they're more about your quick text and your story. So I don't know. That's a hard one for me. I think that's yeah. So see, but 10 to 15 on Instagram for sure. But Facebook, they're saying a little less. I don't know why that would be, because I'm not getting that explanation. But I have my basic 10 to 15, and I basically use the same 10 to 15. And then I throw a new one in there if that property is a little bit different. Maybe I'm in a property in, YOLO County, that I haven't sold in YOLO ever. For some reason, I'm there and I do hashtag YOLO. I would add that. So, you would, if I don't do a lot of vineyard property, so I use wine country, but maybe now I have a vineyard property, I might actually say vineyard. So there's going to be a couple you're going to add, but I kind of keep my same 10 to 15. And I also go to those hashtags and see where I stand. And it's interesting to see what's most popular and most recent. I'll post something immediately. I'll go there and I'm already all the way down at like 100 because that's how many people are posting that same hashtag. So you got to be up on that. So maybe it's not a bad thing to constantly do the 10, 15, because even if yours is getting buried here, it's trying to work its way up. You can put hashtags in the caption and then come on your own question. Yeah, you can actually. You can put hashtags in the caption. Oh, I think everyone can see this. Sorry. But yes, you can put hashtags in your caption, but then comment on it. And that with new hashtags, it's an engagement. So you can trick the system a little bit by being your own commentator for your own stuff. And you've just built the SEO. So yes, that's true. My husband, his sole job at night when he gets home is to like everything and share everything I do, period. That's his job. It's the only job I make him do, other than pass up my cards. But he has to make sure he likes everything I post and share it. So make sure you have a partner that does that. That's their job. What else? Don't copy and paste the same hashtag, change the order. Yes. Okay, I agree. Don't copy and paste the same hashtags, change the order. What I do is I like my stuff really, what's the word I'm looking for? Very organized. So when I start doing hashtags that are long and I got a little one and I try to do a big one and it moves the big one and I have a gap, I don't like that. So I fill in. I'm kind of like a Tetris with my hashtags. I kind of like them uniformed. So I automatically move my order. I can't handle the paste and copy anyway, but I've heard, and Nadia just reminded me that they say to kind of change those up a little bit. And all of us should be supporting each other. Yes. Everybody, you guys should all be supporting each other. Like everything you see. We all should actually be on everyone's Instagram and Facebook pages. I think we think we are, and then we don't. And then I go to look for somebody, I'm like, oh, I'm not even their friend. It's so crazy. So I think that's what we should be doing constantly. Plus, it kind of keeps the uniform of stuff. One thing about W, we're so big now. And it used to be when we were smaller, I knew everything that was going on in the office. I knew every listing, and now I don't. And I'm like, how do I not have time to do this? So if I don't have time, I know you guys don't have time. So for me, I tend to be on social media probably more than I'm on my MLS, which is bizarre. That never used to be, but that's kind of how it is. I get comments. I get people asking me to get pre-approved through social media. They don't even text me. So I have friends who Instagram message me for everything. But I have a text and we're friends. So it's just bizarre how it works, but it is that way. So I catch myself being on the social medias a little bit more than I used to like. But because of that, it's probably important. It is important that we all are kind of on each other's pages. So we do know when someone has something coming soon. I'm really guilty of doing my coming soons, not in the W spreadsheet. But I do them on the, I get it out there to all you on the Facebook and the Instagrams. And by the time I get it on that sheet, now it's live. So, there's so many different areas of getting through on these pages. Okay, wait. Yep. Yes. That's another thing too. Thank you guys. You guys should be in my team. The YouTube channels, you can actually subscribe to these. And if any of you have kids, you know that because they've subscribed to like 101 channels of robots and you name it. So, but you can subscribe to each other's channels, and I would recommend that. It actually also builds SEO. So anytime something pops up, you'll get a notice. You can like it. You don't have to watch it, just like it. So I think that's really important too. Anytime we can support each other, we're just going to dominate you guys. That's what we're here for. Okay. And we're all getting the same information. We're all getting the same education. So there's no reason for us to be any different. And is this your YouTube channel, Robbie? Yeah, so, and you guys do have access to that, just so you know, Google Suite. I recommend, again, I'm going to keep saying this, use your Moxie site, use your website through W. It's really cool, and it's super easy to go to the back side of it and add pages and recreate things for yourself. So if you want something on there that maybe someone else doesn't have, I recommend checking everyone else's websites out. I have a page for getting pre-approved, and there's a link to a pre-approval worksheet. I just added my designations because I didn't really have that in there. So now that's under my bio. Testimonials are under there. You can do the video testimonials too and add those in as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see, make sure I got it. Okay, everyone's questions are answered. And if anybody has anything for me, I don't know. I feel like it's the same thing over and over, but you guys, social media, social media, social media, social media. You have to be on it. This is the time to shine. This is the most narcissistic job in the world. Me, but you got to do it to get out there and be in front of your people. You'd be surprised how many people, oh, I didn't know you're in real estate. Really? You're my sister. How did you not know I was in real estate? You know,
it's not narcissistic. We're helping people. Think about when you close on a house, how good you feel and how good
I know.
You have to think of it that way and doing.
Yeah, but you're the young generation. We're not the generation of me. You are. I'm like, no. Now I'm like, okay, look at every guy. I got to do my hair now. Now how to do my hair.
That's not easy to just, when you've been kind of like, don't look at me. I know. You want to be, look at me. Like,
that's why we have filters. Remember?
I'm sitting here messing with my hair the whole time.
Use stories too. Like, use stories, because those only stay on there for 24 hours. So you don't have to be self-conscious and think, oh man, somebody's going to come back a month from now and look how I said a million times.
Correct.
And Instagram and Facebook help rank your page higher the more people that see your stories.
Yep.
So if you want to get started, that's a good way to get comfortable in front of the camera. I mean, and just start talking. I know it's easy for me because I never stop talking, but just start talking and it gets easier.
I just followed your YouTube channel, so I'm going to watch every one of your YouTube.
Yeah, thanks.
And go to his and Nadia's Facebook to their videos.
I am. I will. I really
it's just fun to see. It's fun to see relaxation. Like, hey, I can give out really good information. Relax. It doesn't have to be scripted. It could be with your husband. You're out to breakfast real quick, and you just do a quick shout out. Boom, done.
Well,
sometimes I save those. Sometimes I actually do that. I save it as a video. I wait, go home and make it all pretty and fix this and add that. And then I send it to my story like I was just there. So you can really make it better than it has to be.
Just get better with every single one. Like, you'll learn something from everyone and you'll see something that you didn't like. And your goal is just to get better, because I mean, think about actors. They weren't great in their first role, but then they eventually started becoming better because they critiqued themselves and they worked on it. This is something that we have to get in front of people. We have to work on it really hard. And this is where our job is going, like Mandy said at the start. So you might as well hop on and get on board and get better at it now until you're forced to, or before you're forced to.
And we're very fortunate. We are surrounded. I mean, I'm the one teaching the class, and I just have two others who've given me three who've already given me information that I should have had in the class to begin with. So we're surrounded by so much knowledge, experience. Like, just reach out. I mean, people are super happy. Everybody I ever reach out to ask, they're Ellen Crusoe. She's awesome. Reach out to her if you ever need a 3D. Everyone's helpful, so don't be afraid. Once this shelter in place and we can really get together and get a bunch of people in this conference room, I think it will be fun to do like a little hands-on, let's do a post, let's do a story. We can do a story of the class. That's how fun it could be. So I'll do more of that when we can be together, but don't be afraid to try stuff. Try it, YouTube it. I mean, not YouTube it, Google if you have questions. And then just try a couple things, see how it looks. Filters are amazing. And the stickers, if you do little cute stickers, if you don't like your chin, you put the sticker right here. You should see some of my stuff and see where things are placed. Like, why is it by my arm? Well, because that arm looked a little big, so it's right there. You can use all that to do all that for you. There's no shame in that. Okay, well, I think we're good. I appreciate everybody commenting and giving me some feedback. And every time I do these classes, I add more stuff to what I want to talk about. So I already have more ideas going in my head. It'll be nice when we can like be together, because I think a few people hands-on in a room together with our laptops would be really fun. Because it's hard to show Instagram and those stories. You can't really do those on the desktop as easy as a phone. So At Oakmont, we did a bunch of hands-on. Everyone had their phone. We walked around and we showed them, hey, if they can do it, you guys can do it. It was the Oakmont community, okay? And there were some people pretty old and they had no problems. So we can do this. All right, you guys, I think we're good. Our movie maker, Robbie, over there with his camera, is like camera action. I should have that in my background. All right, you guys, the video will come out later and you guys can rewatch it and share it. And if you have any questions, anytime. Actually, I prefer you to reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram with a post, and then I'll respond to you then. All right, you guys, have a good one.
Bye, Mandy.
Thank you.
Bye. Call me.
Oh, I will.